Alrighty. Hello everyone. Today is March 21st, and my name is Orlin Vasilev. That's the community meeting for Velero. So please follow the code of conduct. With that said, I'm gonna add the link to the meeting notes for today. So add yourself, add your topics if you have anything to add for the discussion or updates. With that, I can see that we have some topics already added by Scott and by Ansho. So do you want me to share or
Yeah, you
okay.
can share.
Yeah, alrighty. There you go. Hope you can see that. I'm gonna make it a little bit smaller so we can fit every screen. Okay, go ahead, Scott.
Okay. So yeah, a good week for getting code merged, which is good because we're getting close to the feature complete. I had two more follow-on PRs from the previously merged backup item action controller work, some bug fixes, and then some kind of late breaking changes to kind of improve some things. We have set the default frequency of running that async action controller to be more frequently. I think it's 10 seconds now instead of 2 minutes, so it'll be more responsive in the interface. And then the restore item action controller work, that PR was submitted. Similar fixes were made in that in real time because that hadn't merged yet. So that was merged now. I think it was merged yesterday. So everything of mine that is needed by feature complete is now merged. I do have the example plugins PR, which uses the new features from backup item action, restore item action. It lets you basically set annotations on resources to sort of simulate a long running action so you can see the workflow happen to backups and restores. I need to update that now that the work is merged on the controller side to point to main. It was pointing to my PR for test purposes. So I will update that this afternoon, which means by the end of today, Eastern time, that PR will be ready to review. And we do need that merged before it's not needed for the Velero release itself, but it's needed to write the end-to-end testing for the item operations. So we do need to get that merged relatively soon so I can get that end-to-end work in place, because the goal for the end-to-end testing is to get that merged by, I think, RC1 is the plan. So again, not something that's in the release itself, but something we want to have in place, so we can start testing that before the final release comes out. So that's it for me.
Thank you. Any questions for Scott and his updates? Nope. Okay. Next one, Ansho, take it away. Do you need the screen to share something or?
No, I think it's fine. So
Okay.
the second and third PRs that I've put here, I've gone through multiple community meetings, walking through those PRs and requesting for review. On the JSON substitutions one, Daniel had few comments. I have addressed those, basically moving from the restore item action to the actual restore flow. I've updated the third one, the proposal for the third one. For the second one, it was basically a PR which included two things. First was selection of volume snapshot classes and also introducing a plugin inputs field in Velero. So there was a bit of disagreement in the previous discussion we had. So I have split it into two proposals so that the second one is kind of agnostic of the plugin inputs field and we kind of at least drive it to closure through annotations. So that is the update on the second and third one. So basically I've made changes as per the discussion we had last time, and Daniel also acknowledged over chat that this week he'll go through it. The first one is the proposal for introducing a plugin inputs field in all these backup restore and schedule CRs. The motivation I have tried to capture as part of this PR, basically there are a bunch. First example being a selection of volume snapshot classes. Others being various plugin specific operations where we are facing issues tweaking the plugin behavior or passing more inputs to the plugin. We kind of propose this. I kind of propose this approach of a new field in the CR instead of having an annotation heavy route that we have taken so far. So I have a request to the community, like whoever owns plugins, maybe within their company or maybe the OSS versions, you can perhaps put comments on this PR with the use cases that you have so that we can build enough of a use case for this proposal, the plugin inputs proposal. I have walked through all of these three in previous meetings, so I can add more context if needed, but yeah, that is a request from my side. And for overall for the three PRs, I'll request other folks to also please go through them and give a review. That would be great. That's it from my side.
Thank you. Anyone to comment on this stuff? No? Okay. In that case, we're out of topics for today. Anyone else wants to add anything for today's agenda or any questions? Okay, that will be the quickest community meeting as of now, I think.
I actually, so just a quick thing. From what I'm remembering, I'm not looking at it right now, but I believe this end of this week is the intended date for the feature complete. That was delayed from March 10th to the 24th. As far as you know, is that still the case? I haven't heard anything that suggests we would be pushing it off again, but I think it's worth asking.
Right, and seeing if there's a list of prioritized reviews or anything we need.
Right, yeah, because we
Close on.
discussed last week, we agreed that we were going to push it or last time, you know, to the 24th, which is 2 weeks beyond the original one. Given that we're 3 days away from there now, I haven't seen any comments on Slack, so it sounds like people think that they're good to go, but I guess it would be good to see, you know, and you know, obviously the other maintainers aren't on this call right now, but it would be good to kind of get a feel for, is there anything else that's got to be in by Friday that still needs reviews, that still isn't done yet? You know, is there anything else that we can do to push that along if necessary? I know these designs we want to get in as well, but it's a little bit of a different schedule because we're not, you know, building images from those at this point. But obviously, you know, again, that is also a focus. We need to get some, you know, reviews on those design proposals I mentioned as well. But specifically about the features that we're delivering with 111, is I guess my question is more about that.
I'm not aware of any, but I can address that to Pradeep. Maybe.
Yeah, just you know, it's worth having that kind of conversation just to confirm we still think we're on track, or we know we're not. You know, we need a few more days, hopefully not. But again, good to know that before Friday, if we're going to have to slip beyond Friday for that, because that has consequences for the FC1 and, you know, GA as well.
Mm-hmm. And what is the release date that we fixed? Because I'm not sure.
Yeah, let's see, should be a link here. In one of these meetings, is it on the roadmap? Is that where it? Yeah, go down it. I saw a link to the roadmap, 111 roadmap.
Where is that?
Yeah. If you click there, that should have the dates. Yeah, so we have April 14th is just in time for KubeCon.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. It's okay.
So according to this roadmap, the end of the current week is feature complete. Then April 4th for RC1, and obviously, you know, everything kind of goes from there.
Mm-hmm.
So as long as we can get everything that we, you know, need feature-wise merged by the end of this week, we should be on track for that. Obviously, you know, still time for bug fixes and all that, you know, through RC1 and others.
All right. Talking about KubeCon, any of you will be at the Red Hat booth talking about OpenShift, and in particular, if someone has a questions about Velero or.
Oh, I meant to sign up for that. Yeah, I need to go back to that email and look at that. It's just
okay.
Been busy.
Mm-hmm. Because I spoke with Pradeep last week, and he'll be at the VMware booth, prepared to talk about this stuff. So,
okay, great.
So we can do some kind of cross booth relations if someone has questions and there's nobody to answer on Red Hat booth. Be on the VMware one. I'll be around.
I'll bring 2 cans and a string, and we'll connect the booths.
Yeah, yeah. Or I don't know. So yeah, and I'll be at the Harbor booth as well and VMware, so we can, I don't know, have a some kind of relation to point to the people where there are people to talk about Velero.
Yeah.
Uh,
So I think previously you weren't sure if Pradeep was going to be able to make it to KubeCon, but
He,
it sounds
yeah, we spoke last week and he booked everything. So
okay.
he'll be there.
Is he going to have time to hang out with the Velero crew? Yeah.
I think that's the whole idea.
Okay. Well, I mean, sometimes there's more than one project, so that's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah. So we are slowly gathering together more and more folks there. So yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, and we're gonna also have some of our quality engineers there
Nice.
as well. Yeah.
So once we have some number, because I think from our side, by our side I mean VMware, it's gonna be me and Pradeep. So from your side, I think so far from that call is you, Wes, and Scott and the QA folks.
Yep.
So when we have some concrete numbers, we can plan something. And I know also Satya from Cloud Casa.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, wanted to meet and greet. And Anshu, anyone from Microsoft, from like your sub team about Velero and backup and
No,
resiliency?
unfortunately not. From our team, no one is coming. AKS in general will be coming and perhaps presenting something, but not anyone from our specific team.
All right. Okay. By the way, your mic today is super strange. It's like in the other room. So I'm not sure what's going on.
Sorry, but is it better now?
Not much, man. I'm sorry.
I'll check into it. Sorry about that.
All right. Okay, cool. Anyone else? Anything else to add for today's topics? Nothing else added. All right. That's a super quick one. Thank you very much. I hope to see you in 2 weeks and with the rest of the folks on KubeCon. Okay. Thank you.
Yep.
Bye.
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 Bye.